Hi, Bharat. Good to see you
Doing
here
good.
at the winners' interviews. And congratulations, my goodness, on winning the best horror for your short film. This is amazing. Your short film, Omrit. Are you excited?
Yeah, I definitely appreciate it.
Your film combines folklore, atmosphere, and a powerful message about fear and faith. It was horror, scary, yet very, very meaningful. And we would love to learn more about the inspiration and creative process behind it.
The inspiration comes from the idea of me being child and seeing things very in a very exaggerated way. I come from India. In India, in the northern India, there is a festival where people cover up their faces and dance,
Mhm.
and the inspiration that is called Lane.
Blanca.
The inspiration comes from that place.
Mhm.
So I wanted to do something around performance, some not ritualistic but actually performing and expressing the thing. So I also watched this episode of anime called Yami Shibai.
Mhm.
So I think some of the inspiration comes from that part, some of the inspiration comes from the culture, and a bit of everything.
Oh, yes, we did do some proper research before this interview, and I wrote it down here that your film is inspired by the folklore of Kichkandi from the Himachal Pradesh, Nepal region. I'm doing my best here.
You're doing pretty good.
Good, awesome. So, what first drew you to this legend? Was that a story that you heard when you were a kid? Is that something that you learned as an adult that inspired you? What made you decide it was perfect for a horror story?
Even this is a folklore. The
Mhm.
character of Kichkandi exists, but this story never existed. So I wrote down this story.
And I read that you mentioned somewhere that your inspiration comes from many places, and I'm going to quote you here again. Indian culture, folklore, anime, South Indian cinema, and other films. How did these different influences shape the visual style and storytelling of Amrit?
I think for my roots, I'm definitely a person who loves my culture, what happens here, and I think there's a lot which is underrated about our culture. There's a lot we can explore. There's a lot we can see. So the thing was to do something around our culture. At first, it was to make just a horror story with a really, really bad ending. But I was actually competing for a AI Film Fest at that time. That
Okay.
was the first AI Film Fest in the India.
Mhm.
So they just gave me this vision or this guideline that the film needs to end on a good note.
Who doesn't love a
So
happy ending?
yeah, I mean everybody does, but that's why I don't like to do vanilla thing. I just like to do unconventional ideas, just like the Kitchkandi. There's no way, I think there's not any iconography about Kitchkandi that she has multiple eyes in her face and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was more about showing culture and giving the message about life. Like every problem is big enough if you just think it's big enough.
Absolutely. And I mean, films, whether it's horror or not, they're created by humans. And in our lives, not every story has a happy ending. And most of the time, of course, the movies are made for us to feel a certain way, but we can't always live in a fairy tale. And I think it's important sometimes to have a happy ending and sometimes maybe to be more realistic. That's, the director's choice. What I remember very vividly in your work is the opening conversation between the boy and his grandmother about faith, fear, the symbolism of mother. It sets a very philosophical tone. Why was it important for you to begin the film with this dialogue?
Oh, first off, in the short film, so this was my first short film ever.
Mhm.
Like I before
Ah, good
being a
job.
AI,
Aren't you happy
before
you started?
yeah, definitely. So before being a AI filmmaker or AI artist, I'm a cinematographer, and so I just wanted to give this a prelude or something, but the idea was to join the dots like at the beginning and at the very end. So at first it's just an idea, it's a just basic conversation or a very homegrown conversation between a grandmother and child. Okay, this is what happens. This is what fear is, and how uh, how a very simple conversation means something very deep in your life.
Continuing that, the film carries a deeper message that fear feeds darkness, while faith, courage, even laughter can break its power. I believe that that was the continuation of the meaning behind it. Was this theme something you planned from the beginning? Was that idea created by AI as well, or is the script yours, or maybe AI suggested something to it?
No, that's totally written by me. I had a senior filmmaker mentor. He was guiding me that, okay, I'm doing this stuff wrong, that stuff wrong. So the idea is original, the script is original. I was guided by a mentor what I'm doing wrong. So yeah, that's it.
Amazing. Because nowadays sometimes the whole thing is created by AI, which is totally fine. But that is one of my favorite questions to ask, especially in the movies that have a lot of very bright objects or scenes that we might remember. Like, for example, the image of the doll wrapped in hair was extremely unsettling for me. I was getting goosebumps. How did you come up with this element and what does it mean?
I've been watching anime from 10 years now, for 10 years now, and secondly, I also got familiar with surrealism a few months back. So the idea was to give you an art aftertaste rather than being a good eye candy. Matlab, as in, it doesn't. It just should not be a normal thing for you or a normal how do I say normal vision for you. It should be unsettling. It should definitely make you feel something rather than a normal thing.
Hmm. And what message do you hope that audiences take away from the ending, where laughter becomes the force that breaks the creature's power?
Definitely an aftertaste. Everyone just said some people came up to me, they said is it really AI? Some people came up to me, they said it was one of the unsettling thing that they've ever seen. Never
I
expected AI to be this unsettling.
Can we say that besides of course a horror movie getting us goosebumps and having that oh my God moment, there was also a deeper meaning that you wanted to portray that maybe people can, no matter what darkness they're going through, maybe small things like laughter can make them stronger and it can make all the fears seem less. Would that be something that you agree with?
Yeah, definitely. The idea was, matlab, I said I gave you the exact words what I meant, but if
Mhm.
you mean it in every sense, it would make everyone's life better. Let's say we only believe,
Mhm.
then only gets manifested.
Amazing.
Uh, right
Oh.
now, let's say I'm in a very bad stage of life. I'm very depressed. Okay, things happen, situations happen,
Mhm.
but I seem 5 years into future, I look back and I said, this was never worth it. This was this only happened because I let it. I could have done a better job at helping myself, and that's how things get better. So you have to really manifest it. So yeah.
I love it. I love the optimistic approach to it because it's so true. So often we go through something and we're grieving and we're crying or we're upset. And then 2 years from that moment, we laugh. So, what I do now is exactly what your movie was sending a message of. Whenever I have a bad time, I'm gonna take my moment, I'm gonna get sad and everything, but then I'm gonna be like, Nina, in 2 years, you're gonna laugh about it. You're gonna be like, oh my God, I spent so much time being so upset. So
Yeah.
I get that. And thank you for that message. And thank you for using AI to send such a powerful message. And finally, after discussing, the success of Amrit, what kind of stories are you most excited to explore next? I know this was your first short film you mentioned. Is that the direction that you would like to move forward with?
Yeah, actually, we made two more films after that.
Mhm.
Uh, so Amrit itself is it's a feather to my hat. It has won Los Angeles AI Motion Pictures, even the biggest AI award called Chroma Awards.
Mhm.
Uh, it has been screened in London, Mumbai, Singapore, Indonesia, different countries. Everyone is liking the how the culture and the faith is together blended with technology. And recently, 2 months back, a month back in February, we created another film called Anhad.
Anna.
Uh, yeah, it's a sci-fi thing with a very wholesome twist, and I'll submit it again in this Los Angeles Motion Pictures. That also gained another award. It was screened on national television, and a few days back we also did another film. It's a 3-minute film. We completed the film in 10 hours only, and yeah, I'll be happy to show it to you. I think that will you'll like it. You'll definitely like.
Oh, please do. Please submit it in the next month submissions. And oh wow, now you have such tough shoes to fill in because your first job, not first job, your first creation made such an impact in the industry. Now you have so much work to do to make sure you match that, huh? Just for yourself. I can see that, but I'm sure that you got it, and we would love to see your next submission of that movie that you just mentioned. Say that again, just so I make a little note for it.
It's called Anhad, Anhad.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your work with our festival and for bringing such a unique cultural horror story to the screen, to the screens of the world. We look forward to seeing your future projects and new creative works. Thank you very much, Bharat.
Yeah, you got it right. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes?
Appreciate.
Yes, I
Yeah.
nailed it. I nailed it. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.
You too. You too.
Thank you.